Greetings and welcome to you. I am Shushana with another Indigenous Oracle. This is going to be a reading for you if you are a Sagittarius, and today we're doing a Lovers Potential reading. This is just a general reading. I am only going to read the collective story, so don't get all riled up if I'm not talking about your story. Who should I say is Sagittarius dealing with right now? Sagittarius, we haven't talked about your love life in a long time. So let's jump straight into it. This is mostly going to be for Sagittarius people if you are single or if you are dating someone new. Okay, right off the bat. Interesting. So many cards right off the bat. We've got Angel of Love, a broken heart, Angel of Strength, and then we have the Garden and the Gate. This is one of my favorite cards that talks about how we complain in life, about how we don't have certain opportunities, yet we never go out. In this beautiful picture here, we have a young girl who has a necklace, and on her necklace she has a key. And she has the key to unlock that gate. And go outside. So I definitely got that vibe from you right in the beginning that Sagittarius, you have been quite the hermit. And that's not like you. It is not like you to be a little hermit. But the thing is that Sagittarius people are working on their magic. They're working on their healing. They're working on their recovery. They're working on their mind and their thought patterns. And I am very impressed with the progression. I want to say mostly Sagittarius males, because I feel that the Sagittarius males are the ones that are more willing to admit and take responsibility for their dysfunction. The females, on the other hand, are more focused on growing let's see. The females are more focused on networking. The male Sagittariuses are more focused on a state of mind that is going to liberate them. There are higher level Sagittariuses. There is a group of higher level Sagittariuses that are aware of that kind of knowledge and do live a lifestyle that is a free lifestyle, a state of mind where you feel free. But there's also a group of Sagittariuses that are in development and are on their way there, but just the fact that you're interested in those topics is going to get you very far, very fast, and you really don't have the time for BS, especially if you are, over 25. You don't have time for BS. You don't have time to be entertaining something that is not going to take you anywhere, ultimately. So love is definitely something that has been on your mind after a breakup. So you could be either finding someone brand new or looking for someone brand new, but the thought is there. After having a broken heart or after having a breakup, and regaining your strength to open up your heart up again and come out and play. So I really, really like your energy right now. I feel that you are in a marvelous place in your life. No matter how old you are open for progression. You are open for I want to say like this transcendence, transcending your life. And you're doing it independently. A lot of you have a lot of wisdom and intelligence. A lot of you are philosophical, and you feel like the general public or the general community is just not competent enough for you. You just feel like this is not even now. This is already old news. It's like you figured out that for some reason you just seem to stumble upon people that are very incompetent. You know, you got tired. You got tired of dealing with people that you feel are just too incompetent for you, that are just not at your level. And you figured out that you just have to do things on your own, right? So you did just that. And I love how it involves a state of mind. You understand that importance, the importance of having control of your state of mind, being aware of your perspective. You know, a lot of people are not aware. They're not aware of their state of mind. They're not aware of how limiting and restrictive a limited mindset is. So because of that, you just made this realization where you're like, you know, I am just going to do things on my own. So you are doing things on your own now. You're trying to work from home. You're just trying to find the perfect life, the perfect state of being. And if you are living somewhere that you do not prefer living in, you're finding a way to live on another dimension while you're living in a difficult location. So let's say you're living somewhere that has terrible feng shui and you need to get out of there, but you just can't. You're finding a way to go into another dimension while you're living in your difficult situation. You are just somewhere else. You're just able to be in another world, in another dimension, in order to survive the difficult emotions that come with feeling trapped, because you do not like feeling trapped. You know, there's some people that don't mind being, you know, stuck in a situation for 10, 20 years. You're not one of those people. You don't like to feel any kind of limit. So you will figure out how to never be in a trapped situation ever again. You've had your fair shares of people that you've dated and people that you've gotten in a relationship with, and you're traumatized by how much they try to control you. You don't ever want to do it again. Some of you lost interest in the opposite gender of course, this is just a small group of you, but there's this energy of a group of you that is like, you know, you just even lost interest in the opposite gender altogether because of the control and the negative experiences that you had in the dating world, you know. So a lot of you have chosen to be single, and if you're not single, you have a single mind, or a lot of you have this single energy, and if you're not single, you have this independent mindset that makes you look single. So you never want to experience that again, right? You never want to get into a toxic relationship again. So it's something that you just recently have started to consider opening yourself up to the same extent, you know, because a lot of times people have bad experiences and they don't want to open up their hearts to that same extent ever again, right? And this is about releasing soul patterns, releasing contracts and past lives. Absolutely. You're going to be needing to cut all the cords of your exes, cutting all the cords of your ex crushes, just all of those interactions leave these strings, and these strings need to be cut. Just imagine these giant scissors, and you're just cutting all these strings of interactions, because it's over. You're no longer going to be in that situation anymore. You're not going to settle for someone who's psychotic. You're not going to settle for someone who is going to control your every move and make you feel uncomfortable, intense, and awkward. You're not doing that again. Okay? So when you find, if you haven't already, I don't really feel like most of you have. I feel like you are just at the stage of opening your heart to the opportunity. But I don't feel like you've really found anyone yet because you haven't decided on it. You know, you're one of those people where you decide on it on default. You're like, okay, I'm going to get into a relationship. And you just manifest it, right? But you haven't decided on it. You've just been kind of observing and reflecting your past experiences and not wanting to deal with the BS that you dealt with. You realized that you spent so much time, so many years, invested so much of your emotions on the wrong people, on situations where you ultimately ended up disappointed. You know, and the older ones are more aware, you know, the older ones are more experienced. The older Sagittariuses know, and they're like, yeah, you know, that's why this, that, and the other, of course. So I feel that there has been a breakthrough with a lot of you in your recovery. I feel like there's so many of you that have been in and out of rehab, okay? In and out of rehab, and some of you might have had a couple relapses, but there's this energy of you getting back on that horse. You know, like you're training to win the race and you fell a couple times, but you just keep getting back on the horse. You keep getting on. And a lot of the meetings that I've gone to, you can tell that there's people that just lay on the floor and don't get back up. And you're not one of those. So you should give yourself more credit. You know, if you don't have a problem with addiction, it could be something else. But you don't give yourself enough credit for how far you have come. You have learned discipline. You, let's say, 15 years ago or more? Jeez. 15, 20 years ago, you had no self-restraint. You had no self-restraint. You had no discipline. You had no sense of restriction. You were just a wild thing. And you've come so far. You've come so far healing thyself, being your own doctor. So many people rely on Western medicine. Western medicine does not heal you. Western medicine does not heal you. The only thing that Western medicine is good for is stitching you back together. If you get in a car wreck and you're missing an arm, Western medicine will come in and sew you back on. That's about it. Other than that, the pharmaceutical industry, they're just a bunch of legal drug dealers that are giving you synthetic drugs that will not heal you. So be your own doctor. Study holistic, study TCM, study herbs, studying everything that's natural. There's no need to constantly go to a doctor for certain issues. A lot of times you just need an energy doctor or an exorcist. Sometimes it's a soul issue that needs to be taken care of, and because it's not being taken care of, the symptoms are coming out to the surface on your physical body. But usually it's internal. Everything has to start internally, from the soul being the primary focus. So any health issues that you have, if you feel like it's serious, see a holistic doctor, see an energy doctor, see a TCM practitioner. There are many out there, and you should be able to decipher which ones are not infiltrated. Let's get a wisdom of the Tao for you. So the potential between, if you do have somebody in mind, or someone new that you're dating, it seems very light-hearted and different from anyone that you've ever dated before. It seems like all the people that you used to date before had a really bad temper. And the person that you're dating now, they have no temper. Their energy is almost invisible because they're so gentle. And you're so attracted to that. You're like, oh my gosh, this person is not aggressive, because you've had so many bad experiences with people wanting to control you, your every single move, whether you are male or female. And this person that you have found now, they're like a flower petal. And they might be like a Libra. They might have like Libra-ish energy, but not the psychotic kind. Because there's different groups. But anywho, their energy is like a flower petal, where they might show a temper towards something else, but for the most part, their temperament is very fair. And when dealing with you, they would never dare to get angry with you, because they see you like a heart stopper. They see you as a heart stopper, and there is no reason for them to ever be upset with you. But they're not controlling. They're very gentle. We have search for the ultimate truth. Look beyond your physical achievements. Find the meaning behind all you have experienced. The truth is not always black and white. Use your spiritual gifts to reach for higher awareness. Exert the power to make a difference. So the person that you're seeing now, this new person, is so gentle that you're just like mesmerized. You feel like it's too good to be true. You're like, where's the catch? This person is so gentle. And then we have enacting new strategies. So whatever is not working out right now, enact new strategies. Never employ tactics that have failed you once before. If you are not moving forward, you are moving backwards. In procrastination, you forfeit opportunities. When inspiration strikes, act decisively. And let's get a rummy card for the potential between you and this person that you're dealing with. And if you haven't found them, the person that you will be dealing with next. If you have not found them yet, your suggestion is to only consider those who do not have a controlling nature or temper if you want something to last, because a lot of Sagittarius people have a hard time keeping relationships. Their relationships just kind of the person can't keep up with them. You know, you get bored. You get bored and you're like, okay, you know, I need someone that can keep up. So look at this beautiful color. My God. Bam. That is red fire. This is the passion of the wild red mother, okay? So because you have come so far, because you have experienced breakthroughs, because you have progressed and recovered and are still in recovery, there's this flame within your aura that starts its fire from within. So it's this fire from inside of you, and it spreads out to your aura like this beautiful color. And you have to ask yourself, how important is a relationship to deserve you and to deserve your energy? For you to just settle for a little 2-second firecracker. I don't know why that's what I want to say. You know those, for New Year's, they have those sticks, those fire sticks, I can't remember what they're called, that are good for children, you know, and they just hold them and they spark. They're like sparking sticks. I can't remember what they're called, okay. But that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of, how are you going to settle for someone who is just going to be like those sparking sticks that they look really nice for a couple of minutes and they're very exciting and then they just die? You know, you need to be with someone that is going to help you keep that fire lit. You need someone that's going to be able to hold your fire and not be afraid of it. You know, you need that person that can flip that tortilla with their bare hands. I am serious. Like, if any of you are thinking of settling for less, then you've lost your mind. You know, if you're like, I'm so tired of being single. I've been single for like, what do we have here on the board? This is like 7 years plus. 7 years plus you've been single and you've just been in these situations. Some of you are in a relationship, but like I said, most people who are in a relationship, this reading is mostly for singles and for new situations, okay? And a lot of you are like, you know, you're tired of it. What if I just go back and consider that one person? Or Why don't I just consider that other person? Or what about that one person that likes me? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Look what we have on the other side of the deck. Okay, so you're hot and you're ready. You've been abstinent and holding on for a long time, and now you're ready to find someone that can hold that fire without having a controlling temperament. So you're going to be searching for that, because I really get this vibe of most of you not finding that person yet. Like I said before, because you haven't decided on it, and once you decide on it, it's very easy for you to manifest. And that's one of the things that people envy about you, is they don't understand how and why it's so easy for you to manifest. And it's just, it's just one of your abilities that you're really good at. You decide on something and it happens. So that's all the messages that I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. The lover's potential between you and the person that you're dealing with now is great, because this person has gentle energy. If you haven't found them yet, then the advice is to look for the gentleness, that the gentle characteristics is going to be your clue for who the right individual is if you haven't found them yet. All right, take care. Till next time. Bye.